My name is Kristen Schlick, and this is Science and Math Plan Exploring with Children. I had so much fun with the ramps this week, and I just really wanted to extend that to play with the children to see if they had as much fun as I did. I didn't really know the children at the daycare that I went to go help at, so I just really enjoyed my discovery with it and wanted to see if the children enjoyed it as much as I did. So we began with a story. With vocabulary words like incline, force, energy, and acceleration, I knew the book would be more age appropriate for older children, but the pictures and the photographs made the topic much easier to talk about. After a few minutes of talking about ramps, we played a game as we read through the book, Find the Ramp. This was a big hit, and the children were able to visually identify the ramps pretty easily until a page with a squirrel pushing a nut up a sloped branch appeared. It was hard for them to understand that sometimes inclines happen in nature as well as things that are man-made, because everything else we had talked about had been a man-made ramp. Hoeli remembered that his mom uses an on-ramp when she drives onto the freeway. All the children were excited to learn that they had a ramp, a slide, in the backyard. I'm reminded of what I read in the Frameworks book. Children explore scientific concepts directly through active, hands-on, minds-on, playful experiences. The children will be guiding their own adventures as they use the materials to construct their own ramps. Now, as you can see in these pictures, in the first two pictures, the height is identical, but the ramp on the left is about 5 inches shorter than the ramp on the right. I asked the children which ramp they felt would have the most speed, and they all thought that the longer ramp would provide the most speed. But since it was such a short distance and the children were really excited, they couldn't really tell which one went faster. So they decided to make the longer ramp taller. And then they put the blocks at the edge so they would be able to hear the ball hit the block as it went through. So my first objective, was the children will observe and understand that the higher incline of the ramp, the faster the ball will travel down the incline. And it did. So I feel as though my first objective was met. Next, we measured. The boys were very excited to see the measuring tapes. We discovered that Isaiah is 36.5 inches tall. We found out that Josiah helps his mom repair things with a tape measure at his house. We discovered that when the ball is able to travel beyond the carpet, it rolls much better. Persistence and big foam balls. Objective 2. The children will come to understand the heavier the object, the faster it will travel down the ramp, and it will travel a farther distance beyond the end of the ramp. We discovered that if a second ramp is placed over the first ramp, it will cause the ball to jump off the ramp. This took the boys about 5 minutes of trial and error to understand the lower ramp needs to be sitting under the upper ramp. The boys were very excited when I brought out the bigger, heavier balls, and they went faster, and they hit the wall on the other side of the room, so we couldn't even measure how far beyond the ramp they went. Again, I'm reminded of the Frameworks quote, "Science is embedded in children's daily activities and play and provides a natural vehicle for integrating mathematics, literacy, and other content areas. As the children have an opportunity to create, play, and problem solve, they are learning naturally how things work." And here are my resources, and I have a little exciting video here. And as you can see, the boys were very overjoyed with the ramps. I left the ramps at the daycare, and the daycare provider was very excited to have the additional resources too. Thank you for viewing my slideshow.